14, 40. Are we saying them in a way that is clear enough for our listeners to know the difference and to know what number we're actually saying? Today we're going to be taking a look at that. Good morning, guys. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show, which is Wake Up American. We are here typically between the hours of 7 to 8 a.m. New York to make sure that you can get in your 5 to 10 minutes of pronunciation practice for a day because that's what it takes. If you're serious about pronunciation, you got to show up for yourself. I try to show up for you. My name is Jeff. It runs a breath. It's one of the four keys to a natural sound in American English, including placement, pitch, breath. Trying to weaken your consonant sounds, strengthen your vowel sounds, some things we're going to be discussing today as well. You can see these are going to be the numbers that we're going to be dealing with to make sure that we can pronounce the difference between an E sound and an een sound. Key or difference there, E, een, E, een, because that's going to be the key to making sure that our listener knows what number we are saying. Hello to Dan. Hello also to Emmanuel for hanging out with us. Let's just kind of say really quick our een numbers. So all of our teens. Okay. And the way we'll do this is we'll just do an E sound, then we'll do an een sound, and then we'll do the full number. So we're just going to do the first numbers in each of these, all of our teens. Okay. So E, een, 13. E, een, 13. E, een, 14. E, een, 14. E, een, 15. E, een, 15. E, een, 16. E, een, 16. E, een, 17. E, een, 17. E, een, 18. E, een, 18. E, een, 19. E, een, 19. So hopefully you can hear all those een sounds. Een. So some things to note. This N sound is going to be very, very light at the end. So it's not een, n. I really do recommend trying to keep the tip of your tongue down against your bottom front too. It's like n. It's going to kind of soften the sound a little bit. Compare like n. That's with my tongue high. N. That's with my tongue down. That slight difference in tone that you can hear is the lower placement and more breath being kind of pushed through my body. Whereas if the tongue's higher, that can kind of restrict things a little bit. Okay. And we're going to contrast that with an E sound just by itself. E. Okay, so let's look at our numbers here. The second number of each of these pairs. It's like E, 30. E, 30. E, 40. E, 40. E, 50. E, 50. E, 60. E, 60. E, 70. E, 70. E, 80. E, 80. E, 90. E, 90. All right, before we get into actually looking at these pairs directly so we can really make sure we're pronouncing each of them differently, I do just want to give a quick shout out to Elsa, who helps make these Wake Up American streams possible. Elsa, I find to be a really good resource for taking a look at small aspects of language, specifically like, for instance, like vowel sounds or consonant sounds. Like if you're confusing words like sit versus seat, words like E versus een, like today, words like lock versus luck, words like that, like there's specific vowel sounds or consonant sounds that you find you're struggling with. I do encourage you to try out Elsa. You can take a look at video description or in the comments for free access to it. When you first start, Elsa actually gives you a pronunciation test as well, so you can immediately identify like, oh, these are the sounds that I need to work on. Let me study those. Because sometimes we're studying pronunciation and we don't know what actual parts of pronunciation we need to target for ourselves. So Elsa can give you that sort of information very, very quickly. So I think it's going to be a very helpful resource for you. Give it a try. Again, you can check out the video description or the comments afterwards. All right, let's pronounce each of these pairs of numbers. You're going to see the teens are first, then we have our E sounds after that. So what we'll do is we'll do E, and then we'll, actually let me rephrase. We're going to do een, then we're going to do E, and then we'll do the pairs. So again, E, een, E, numbers, een, E, numbers, een, E, numbers. That's the group we're going to do. Okay, so een, E, 13, 30, een, E, 13, 30. Een, E, 14, 40. E, een, 14, 40. E, een, excuse me, een, E, 15, 50. Een, E, 15, 50. Een, E, 16, 60. Een, E, 16, 60. Een, E, 17, 70. Een, E, 17, 70. Een, E, 18, 80. Een, E, 18, 80. Een, E, 19, 90. Een, E, 19, 90. Okay, so again, hopefully that at least gives you a little bit of practice for these numbers. I know they can be confusing if you tell someone like, hey, I need 14. Like, oh, no, I need 40, and difference like that. So we really got to make sure there's a clear distinction between een and e. E. One final note too. Notice how much more open the E is at the end. So it's like E, E. There's no N sound after it. So like 30, and extend the breath. 40, 50, versus the een sounds 13, 14, 15. You get that breathe like nah, 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 versus just an open E, E, E. Okay, so keep practicing that. Let me know if there's a specific group of these that you find to be more challenging than others. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. I hope you guys have a good day, a good night, and a good afternoon. Take care.